Hi friends, welcome. I'm Nancy Thompson with Create with Nancy, and it's time to be creative. It's time to get creative, it's time to feel inspired, and it's time to share all those fabulous creations that you make. So come on in and join me. I'm Nancy Thompson again. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Skaneateles, New York, and I love sharing creative ideas with you. And if you're new to my channel, I highly would love for you to subscribe and ring that bell right down there. So next time you're notified when I go live. All right. And you can find me here on YouTube every Wednesday at 3 p.m. and Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, both times. Okay, so let's get started. Today we are using a one sheet wonder, okay? I love simple and easy card making. You know what? I have to grab one thing. Let me see here. I totally forgot to do one thing, and I didn't put something within reach. And I'm falling apart here. Okay, I think we'll be good. All right, so I forgot to get my stamp cut and emboss machine within easy reach, so we can do some embossing. We're going to use an embossing folder today. And let me just kind of move my desk. I thought I was ready. Okay, so we are ready. Hi, Shirley. Welcome. Okay, so let's get to the desktop. So we're going to use the ink and tiled stamp set and punches. Are we using the punches? We're not using the punches. We're using the stamp set and the designer paper, the Inked Botanicals Designer Paper, and I've got that right here. So this is the designer paper right here. It comes in 6x6, and there are 12 double-sided designs on it. And I love the colors. So this is retiring. It's on the retired list, and it's available for, it's 20% off, I believe. So it's $10 a package. So you're going to save $2.50 by grabbing it. So it's still available. I just went online to double check to make sure it was still here. And the punches are still here. It's a dual punch pack, and these are 20% off as well. So you can get these for $32. And then what else? Oh, and the stamp set it's not on sale, but the stamp set is $27. And you can see them in the back of the catalog as a bundle, the punch and stamp set, but it's a few cents cheaper to buy them individually, okay? Hi, Nancy, welcome, and Pinky waving back to you. Okay, so I love this. This is one, I'm going to miss this. I love the distressed look for it. It makes a great, like, just subtle background that you might want to have. So it's really, and I love the fonts too. It's just nice petite fonts and smaller words too for you when you don't want an overwhelming greeting on your card. Okay. All right. So so on Wednesday we used the punch pack with these right here. So remember we were talking about, let me go back to this. So we've got this. So I was talking about matting it and using different color schemes. So I went and came up with these different color schemes with, and I think I'm zoomed in a little too much here. So let's zoom out with these color schemes right here. So I've got, you know, a card base in these three colors. Okay. And then I've used the matte color in those three colors. So Pool Party, Crush Curry, and Calypso Coral. Those are my three color collection, you know, coordination with choosing from this designer paper. So now I have like a nice little collection of cards where I could make two of each and bundle it up and make a really nice and easy gift. So, and you can see the embossing on there. Hopefully you guys, let me see if you can see that a little bit better. There you go. You can kind of see the texture on that. So I ran that through. And then also, because I had a lot of strips, so I love just using up my strips this way as well, and creating more cards. So I did it, I was just kind of playing around and using scraps, and I should have been doing something else. What else did I do here? So any width of strip works, and it doesn't matter what color combination, you know, you go with. It just use up that stuff and send that card on out to somebody. And I love just using just a note because that just goes with anything. And of course, you finish up the inside. This is what I was talking about. That stamp is just beautiful to have a little bit embellishment on the inside. So, okay, so hi Carol and Kathy, and welcome Mary. Welcome to my channel. I don't know if this is the first time you've been here or not, but we welcome you. Okay, I had one other design. Oh yeah, we were talking about on Wednesday. This one uses the two punches together. So can you see the difference? You know, you can see the X's on here more, but these are a little bit more filled in. I think that was the only one that I did with like that. Yeah, that was the only one. So there's a lot of versatilities. If you wanted to keep going, you could have had a bigger piece and cut it down. So you didn't see the vanilla pieces there, but I just kind of kept the same piece of vanilla cardstock as I did on this one. Okay, let's get going with today's card. So as I said, we are going to use this designer paper and create a one-sheet wonder. I love using one-sheet wonders. Move those out of the way. And for this one-sheet wonder, we're going to start with 3 pieces. I chose 3 pieces of coordinating paper. I'm kind of keeping it, what's the word I want to use? Color, I've lost it out of my mind. Coordinated together. Monochromatic. That's the word I wanted to use. Okay, so I've kept it monochromatic, but I think this design would work with, as long as they flow together, all 3 sheets flow together, okay? So let's pull in. Let me just kind of visualize this. I didn't have time to do a formal template, but that I'm going to try to do that for next week's newsletter, okay? So just so you kind of know, we're going to make some simple cuts with this, okay? So let's just pull it in. We're going to cut all 3 at once. So if you had some directional paper, you got to just kind of look at it and decide. So this one's the only one that's really directional, okay? Because there's like little tiny lines that kind of go across, or you could have it going up and down. I think I want it going across like this, okay? Because most of my cards are going to be portrait, okay? Hi, Donna. Welcome. Oh, Carol, I'm glad you got your package. Okay, so we're going to cut all 3 of these at the same time. And this is really simple. So if you want to write down these measurements, if you're anxious and want to give this a try, go ahead and write down the measurements, okay? Our first cut is going to be 4 inches. And I've got it up against the guide, and I'm looking at my 4-inch mark. And just make sure I'm holding that in place, and I'm going to just kind of pull this apart just to make sure I had a nice clean cut, okay? And then we're going to turn it on its side, okay? It doesn't matter if you went this way or that way. We are going to then cut 5 1/4. Now make sure as you're turning it that all of these still stay stacked up and together. And I got to go down here because I can't see up there. So I'm going to do 5 1/4 inches, okay? And I'm going to just lift this. Okay, that cut good. So so you have a 3 1/4 inch strip by 4 inches, and then this is 4 by 5 1/4, okay? Okay, we'll set that aside, and then this one's easy too. This one's going to be 4 1/2, okay? So we're going to cut this at 4 1/2. And let's see, let's go at 4 1/2. There we go. And then we're left with a strip that's 1 1/2 by 2 inches, because remember we cut it at, we had 2 inches left here, and so 1 1/2 and then 4 1/2 long there. All right, and really there's not going to be any waste to this template at all. Okay, that is it. And I've cut my, we're going to mat all of these, okay? You can not mat them if you want, but I think the matting really, really makes a huge, huge difference. And and how your project looks, okay? Well, before we do that, I want to pull in this, my cut and emboss machine here, okay? And let's see here. I'm not sure who's making noise in my house, but somebody is. Okay, let's do this. And we've got our cardstock trimmed, and we're going to use this Basic 3D online exclusive embossing folder, okay? I need to make a little bit more room here, and I'm going to line it up. We're going to open it up and look at that fold and line it up with the edge of the design on the folder. Okay, let's pull this out. So when you're using your embossing folders, really make sure it's not overhanging either side of your platform, okay? We gotta move this. And we're just using platform 1 and platform 4 because this is a 3D embossing folder, so there's a lot of thickness to it. So let's grab this. Here we go. There's one. I meant to do this last night and I totally forgot to do that. So let's do the other one because I love adding some texture to our card base, okay? There we go. How many of you, who adds texture to your card bases? I love doing this. It doesn't take too long to do this, and with the stamp cut and emboss machine, it doesn't matter which side you use. There's no right or wrong side to push this through the machine, okay? There we go. There's card number 2, because remember, this is making 3 cards for us, okay? And this is a great way to de-stash your designer paper. Just get cutting it up and using it because there's more beautiful paper coming in just a few more weeks. And I can't wait to get some of it. I've gotten a few where I'm going to show you today using this. I created cards with some of the new paper that's coming out in just a few weeks. Okay, we are done with that. We've got that ready to go, and we're done with this. And hang on. Okay, so we've got our card bases, and look at that. I did do this on the inside, so we're all set with that. Okay, so let's mat these up, okay? So we are going to use, am I doing this right? What am I thinking? We didn't need to do that, Nancy, but that's right. I'm thinking of a different one. Well, we got some texture around this, okay? Maybe not. There won't be any. There'll be texture on the inside. I was thinking of yesterday's card, Wednesday's card. Okay, so we're going to mat this, okay? So this designer paper, so disregard my embossing here. It's been a long couple of days. So we're going to mat onto 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, okay? So we're going to quickly do that with our liquid glue here, okay? There we go. Let's do that. And it's just, I like just a little hint of color. So we've got a little hint of color. There's one. And let's add some more here. Liquid glue, you don't need much, but it's really strong, I think. And I think for all of those who don't like it, I think you have to just keep using it and using it till you get comfortable with it. And it gets easier to use. You don't get it all, you kind of start figuring out the tips or the tricks of not getting it all over your fingers, because you still do. And I love having a fine tip bottle as well, to add my liquid glue. I just keep refilling my little bottle there of glue. All right, there's one. Now we're going to do these. We're matting all our pieces, okay? So the best way is to get everything matted because we're going to like mix and match all of these. So we have something to go on all of our cards, okay? So, okay. So who loves a one-sheet wonder? Because we've done them in the past. Do you have a favorite one that you always like go to all the time? I always love doing like the stack, cut, and shuffle. That's kind of a cool, sort of like a one-sheet wonder. I'm trying to think. I think we did one just a couple weeks ago too. Another one. And as I said, we're making this all monochromatic. So this is using Lost Lagoon paper. And here's this. And then here's this. I probably could have like done a double set and had all of this mounted like the magic of TV, right? Here's this. So this mat is, let me think here. I got to think. Let me look at my measurements. So this mat would be 2 1/8, this long rectangular one. So 2 1/8 by 5 1/8 is what that would be. And then this one would be 1 5/8 by 2 1/8, okay? And then these skinny strips we'll save to decorate the inside of our card with them. Okay, we are almost done. And as I say, this goes, so you kind of have an idea how quickly this will go together. So the only thing I really did was stamp the inside and get that all set for you. So let's do this and add in this. Okay, hi Pat. So Donna loves the one sheet wonder too. Okay, so let's move these out of the way. Now, this is, I love to do this, is just kind of lay out my designs, right? You can move that out of the way. And kind of plan stuff, okay? I think I want this one onto here, and then here and here, all right? Make sure they're in the line of sight here. And then, because these kind of complement each other a little bit, and I like how there's the contrast between these. And then we need to make sure we have one of each of these styles on here. And there we go. Voila. We are ready to work. We are going to use, yes, I'm going to look to see. Here we go. Phew. We're going to add some linen thread. Linen thread is just so fun and easy to do. So I didn't measure how long. I just kind of wrap it around. I'm going to do 2 lengths, and then we're going to tie a bow. Let me get rid of this right here. Tie a bow here. And there we go. Fuss with it a little bit. We'll trim that later. And I'm just going to kind of slide this over to the side. All right, so there's that one. Let's do this. Hi, Colleen. Happy Friday to you. And I'm not sure if did I say hello, Pat? Hi, Pat. Welcome. All right, wrap it twice. I had classes this morning and they were a lot of fun. Let's see, there we go. So only one more day of in-person classes. Next Tuesday is the last day to come and do an in-person class if you're local to me. All right. One more. And you can use any type of ribbon. Kind of use ribbon that goes with your paper, and you know, something easy to tie. You don't want anything too bulky, but okay, those actually tied pretty nicely, don't you think? Sometimes ribbon does not cooperate. Okay, now we can start the fun part. This is the fun part, I think. So we're going to just kind of keep things together and pull in some dimensionals. So let's do this and this. So on this little piece, we're going to just add 2 on whatever side that you want. I'm kind of like looking at the paper, and I know some of it might be covered up with my greeting, okay? So I like having that color show there. So if you have a pattern you want to make sure you want to showcase a little bit better, just kind of look at that a little bit, okay? All right, dimensionals. So what do you think? Is this look like it would be an easy template for you to master? And if you want the, if you're not a subscriber to my newsletter, make sure you go to my website and subscribe at createwithnancy.com. There's 2 things you can subscribe to. You can subscribe to blog posts, and then you can also subscribe to my newsletter, which will have PDFs, things that are happening with Stampin' Up, specials, classes, etc. Okay? And whatever promotions are going on with Stampin' Up. Like right now, the last chance list is on there. So whatever you think, whatever is happening with Stampin' Up, I try to keep that in the news. And also usually links to the latest YouTube videos as well. I'm going to just leave that there. So let's add a little bit of liquid glue here on this end, okay? Because this is going to, part of it, as you can see, leave it like this, is going to sit on this. So, and just having the one layer of dimensionals, okay? And let's do this. I always love, like, get to this point where you're just kind of assembling and you're seeing it all come together. Here we go. So I saw this template, and I can't remember what the name was, but I kind of modified it a little bit. They had a 1 3/4 inch strip, and I increased mine to 2. I wanted this piece to be a little bit wider. Okay, let's see, where are we at? Oh, this one. Okay. All right, you guys are quiet today. So as I said, this really template could be used with whatever designer paper is your favorite. Sometimes it helps to have kind of like, you see the difference in color scheme, like a solid, kind of like a little busy, and then excuse me, something a little bit you know, plain as well. Okay, let me just mute this. Okay, last one here. Let's do this. Here we go. And add a little bit more adhesive on here. Okay, now we can add these to our card bases, okay? So let's pull our card bases back in. I don't know what I was thinking why I needed to emboss that. Oh well. We're going to have some nice texture on the inside. So you're going to see a little hint of this, because remember, this is 4 3/8, so that just leaves a hint of 1/8 of an inch. Okay, if you like to have more, then you could make this, you know, just downsize these dimensions a little bit. Okay, so let's see, here we go. Sure, because it's got it embossing, so you can see it's just a little hint of pool party showing there. Okay, card 1, card 2 here. Let's do this. And if you love any of these supplies, you can go to my website and place any supplies you might need. Take advantage of this designer paper that's on sale, or the punches if you don't have them yet. Okay, card 2, and then card 3, and then we just simply got to add a greeting on here. Let's do this. There we go. Okay, let's add our greetings. We got 1, 2, 3. No, I didn't do that. So I guess I'm not going to put these on because I stamped on the inside. So I kind of like that. That's just fine. But these could be for like that scrappy strip card. I won't throw them away. We'll use them. We'll use them up at some point. Okay, dimensionals on here. Oh, I didn't think about gems. Because I use these gold ones on the other set. So I guess we will maybe use some rhinestones. Thank goodness I got some within reach. Okay, let's pull this off. And I've already stamped the happy birthday, and that I stamped off when I stamped this stamped image. Can you see that? It's really faint. There we go. All right, so you can see that it's just been stamped off. So it's just a light background type design in there. Just adds a little bit more texture. And the leaf in this set works really well too. I love this leaf. This is, you know, like great to accessorize as well. Any of them, really. Okay, let's add this. Let's move the tails out of the way. One more to do here. There we go. Scissors. All right, I think those tails are good there. Let's trim these a little bit. There's one. And then here's another. Let's move some junk out of the way. Okay, dimensionals are sticking to my desktop here. They don't want to move. Okay, so there's 3, and let's add in, I think some rhinestones will give it just enough of that bling to add a little bit more texture to it. All right, so, oh, this is the part I do not like. All right, let's go here, and let's go down here. All right, that looks good. So this is our take your pick tool, which I love to use. You can easily, hopefully you can see this. I just kind of, it's got putty on the end, okay? And it lasts forever. There's a pointy tool, and the tools have different like little spatulas, so it's great too. You can use that if that works better for picking up. And this can detach as well and get the brush, the die brush as well. Okay, so you just really kind of stick it down on there, and I just give it a little slide and it picks it up, and you can just grab it and put it where it needs to go. Just that, and let's go right there. All right, we are done with those cards. See how fast that was? How long? I guess it's been a half an hour. Okay, so there's our cards, and then I just I chose one of the designs with the envelope. I put it on the flap, and then I also stamped the envelope front there as well in Pool Party. Yeah, I used Pool Party. So, okay, let's look at, so there's those. Okay, let's look at these. these right here. Here I did the same color scheme with the yellow combo from this Ink and Tiled. Isn't that cool? Just a little different. So I had the yellow was the same. And this is what I meant by, I must have used a second sheet of cards paper. But you can see how, I think I redid this one twice because I started not matting it and I didn't like it not matted. So I redid this one, but my design went up and down. You can see that so much better on the yellow one where the design goes up and down versus across. And it doesn't really matter which way you do it. Okay, let's look at this. Let me find it here. This is a suite that's coming out May 1st in our annual catalog, 24 to 25. And it's a mega suite, I'm calling it, because it's got 2 stamp sets and 2 sets of dies. Let's see, this one goes with this, the Flowers of Beauty dies right here. These 2 go together. This one's really cool with all these little flowers here. And then this one, this word set, I have been using these words. Look at these words here. They are totally fabulous. And one thing to note that a lot of the stamp sets are now, like when you used to look at the front, like they would be true to size. They've reduced the size on these, okay? But, you know, you can open it up to see what the actual size is, but just so they can fit more onto the card. And then this one, this bundle is bundled, and it comes with these dies. Let me, I did a little die chart here, and you can see these fabulous dies here that come in here. So these are just so cool. Like the inside of this gets popped out. There's a lot of different ways for you to mix and match and layer up these dies within each other. So this is going to be fun to work with. Okay, I'm so glad you love these cards, Colleen, and we'll catch you later, Carol. Okay, good. Shirley and Kathy are loving the cards too. Okay, so let's look at this beautiful designer paper that comes in this suite too. This is the Unbounded Beauty. I'm not sure if that's what the name of the suite is or not. But anyway, so this is the designer paper that comes in within this suite. Which is really pretty. There's a lot of the new in colors. We've got the Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, Summer Splash. Where is, like the darker green on here is the Shy Shamrock. Do we have them all? Peach Pie is in here. That's the Peach Pie, the orangey color. I think that's it. I think I named them all. Yeah, so they're all in there. This is just nice springy, summery paper. And let's look at the cards that I did with this one sheet wonder. Okay, so as I said, you can just adapt it and create with this. So let's look at these right here. So look at these. So I used a little bit bigger circle punch, but it's all really the same. I've got, this is our in color ribbon that we have. And it ties beautifully. It's nice and flexible. It's not really thick and hard to tie with. And here I just stamped one of these images. I just stamped it off lightly and put it on the background, which adds a little bit, makes it pop a little bit more. But it's all the same layout and everything and measurements. So what did I do to the inside? Yeah, I added these on the inside here. So well, I hope you have loved these. Who's going to give this one sheet wonder a try? I'm not sure what I did with my thing. So this is just this is not drawn to scale, okay? But at least the measurements are there if you want to get started and give this one sheet wonder a try. Well, you're excited and motivated, but I will eventually have a template made up for this, okay, and share it with you all. So I hope you have an awesome weekend. I'm doing nothing but stamping this weekend, stamping with kids tomorrow, stamping with my team on Sunday, and then more stamping next week, and maybe a little bit of sewing in there too. I'm not quite sure, but I'm hoping to. So have a great weekend, and if you need anything, especially if it's on the retired list, make sure to head there. And stock up on some of those basics, because some of those are increasing in price. And the latest newsletter had, oh, excuse me, let me grab a drink here. Hold on. There was a list in the last newsletter about that. So make sure you check them out. And basic white card stock and vanilla, especially envelopes as well. Oh, I got a dry tickle in my throat all of a sudden. And very vanilla envelopes are going away. They are retiring. So if you love very vanilla envelopes, grab them now while you can. I didn't check to see if they were sold out yet. So make sure you share this video with others, and come join me again on Wednesday next week for some more creative ink, and we will share some more ideas and inspiration, and share some of your cards with somebody over the weekend. Okay, and thanks for joining me. Oh, good. I'm glad you're going to try these, Mary. It's so easy to do. And I think that's it. Okay, everybody, have a great weekend. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.